Okay, so Virginia just woke me up and was talking about how bad it snowed last night, and I just can't believe it. And oh my god, she was right. What in the world is going on in Ohio? Look at this. The streets aren't even touched or anything. They've got like, I bet you we had 8 inches of snow. How crazy. Oh well. It's not gonna stop me. Okay, good morning everybody. So it is another day. I am reloading my egg basket here. This thing actually holds a good number of eggs, man. Look at this. It's a giant basket of eggs. That was half of this box right here. So there's at least 30 eggs in there. There's probably 35 eggs in there right now. I love my egg basket. And of course I'm making waffles for breakfast again because they're so good and I am so hungry. But I got a question for you guys. I put this shirt on this morning and most of my shirts say Era Skateboarding because that was my skateboarding company from my other channel. And it made me wonder, who's ready for Nate Guy shirts? I actually have designed a couple of shirts and I've kind of kept them under wraps until I felt like it was the right time. But there's no way I'm not going to offer Nate Guy t-shirts because they would be too awesome. But the cool thing is that like other channels, they use things like Teespring and stuff like that, and the t-shirts are like 25 bucks. But I can offer them so much cheaper because I actually have a t-shirt press. So basically, I just order the transfers and then I press them myself onto shirts. We can do like any colors you want. We can even do tie-dye shirts. I even thought about doing like a live stream tie-dyeing t-shirts and taking orders while I do it. I just think that would be totally awesome. So you guys let me know what you think. Do you think it's time for Nate Guy shirts or not? Personally, I'm ready to start wearing them. So I thought I would try this non-dairy creamer in my coffee today. It's made by Dairyman's, and looking at the nutrition facts here, it's got 1 carb per tablespoon. I use about 2 tablespoons in my coffee. So we're going to see how that tastes because I like the heavy whipping cream in there, but heavy whipping cream is expensive. Not too shabby. It's just about the same thing, actually. That's pretty cool. These things are delicious. I love how they crisp up just like a regular waffle. So my entire breakfast, 3 waffles and an awesome cup of coffee, is probably a total of about 5 carbs. That's going to be delicious, too. I'm going to eat this, and then we'll talk a little bit. Okay, so I opted for the $1 million blanket here. Hopefully that'll bring me some luck today. Maybe I'll make some sales on eBay. And as I'm thinking about it here, I bought I think it's a Powerball ticket. Might be Mega Millions, but I think it's Powerball, and that's for the drawing tonight. So I may actually be a millionaire, and I just don't know it yet. And you know, just for the heck of it, let's just talk about that. Because my girlfriend and I, we watch those shows sometimes called like How the Lottery Changed My Life or something, and we will get into the discussion of what would you do if you won the lottery. My answers are always the same. Like the very first thing I would do is pay off my bills. I think if you don't make that your top priority, you're stupid. So the very first thing I would do is pay off my bills. Make sure that all my debts, wherever they may be, are paid and done. The first thing I would buy myself would be a Hummer, an H2. Now, they don't even make those anymore. They've been off the market for a while. It's probably pretty difficult to find one that has less than about 80 or 90,000 miles on them, but I just love them. I don't like the H3. It's too new and it's too modern. But the H2, that is so my style. And I've wanted one for as long as I can remember. So, yes, if I won the lottery, the very first thing I would buy myself would be an H2 Hummer. I don't know what color. Maybe a yellow. But then again, that's kind of flashy. So, I don't know. I'd have to think about that. But I'd definitely buy a Hummer. I've always told my girlfriend that I would also buy a Porsche, not because I have to have something that says, hey, I'm rich. When I was a little kid, I remember we were driving down the highway and my dad pointed out a Porsche to me, and it was a canary yellow Porsche with a big whale tail on the back. And I instantly fell in love with that thing. I had no clue that it was an expensive car. I just knew that it was awesome. So I've always said that those are the two kind of cars that I would want, a Hummer H2 and a Porsche. I'm not the kind of person that I have to go out and buy like a giant mansion or anything. The only time I felt like I wanted a mansion was the old Mike Tyson mansion in Southington, Ohio. Now you can look that up on the internet. You may have already even seen it. It was abandoned for a while. He lived there when he went through the whole rape allegations and went to prison for a couple of years. He got out of prison, he sold the mansion, moved out. The guy who bought it actually got in trouble for money laundering, and he went to prison. So at that point, it was left abandoned. But everybody thinks that Mike Tyson abandoned it. All these people online, they always say, oh, that's what you get when you have all this money. He just walked away, and that's not the truth. But that's beside what we're talking about here. There are pictures of that mansion online. The very first time I saw it was on a website called Illicit Ohio. I fell in love with that place the first time I saw it. Not the decor. Mike Tyson had just this crazy idea of what he wanted it to look like in there. The white tiger carpet and just mirrors and marble all over the place. And it was ugly in that aspect, but the house itself was beautiful. So that's the only time I've ever really wanted a mansion, and if it were available and I became a millionaire, I would probably buy it. It's actually owned by a church now. But other than that, I really have no aspirations of living in a huge mansion. I think I would much rather travel for a while before I buy any kind of a house or settle down. I would love to experience traveling and living in an RV for a little while. However, I think I would prefer staying in hotels. So, I mean, if money were no issue, then that's the way I would really want to go. I would try the RV thing for a while because I think it'd be cool, and then I'd move right on to the hotels. You know, because you can fly anywhere you want to go, drive anywhere you want to go, and I wouldn't have to live any kind of a big lavish lifestyle. I would always be me. Exactly how I am, only amplified, because then I would have the means to just have fun and not have the typical worries of everyday life of paying my bills. And that doesn't mean you don't have to pay bills, you still got to pay them, but you have the money right there to do it. You don't have to figure out where the money's coming from. I'd probably just be a big kid. I'd be like a little kid with a blank check. That's pretty much it. I don't know. What would you guys do if you won the lottery? After paying everything off, what is the first thing you would buy yourself? Are you the kind of person who would live in a mansion, or would you travel? Maybe you'd have 2 or 3 homes. I mean, I can see where it'd be awesome to have like a home up in the Rockies and a home in Hawaii. So if you woke up in Hawaii and it's all sunny and hot, and you thought, oh, maybe I'll go skiing today, and then you jump in your private jet and fly on out to the Rockies. I don't know, that's not my style, but it does kind of sound like fun. Oh well, so back to reality here. I got a big day ahead of me, a lot of things to do. So I'm going to take my own advice after I give it to you. Wherever you're waking up, whatever time it is, make the best of your day. Do something for somebody else, pay it forward. I hope if you play the lottery, you win. And I hope I win tonight. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.